your cat might not trust you at all. Not because it hates you, but because for cats, trust is earned very differently than you think. You could be living with your cat for years, feeding it, playing with it, even sleeping next to it, but still just be someone it tolerates. Because cats don't show trust the way dogs do. Instead, they hide it in small, almost invisible behaviors that most people completely miss. So if your cat does even a few of these 7 signs, you're not just their human. You're someone they've actually chosen to trust. And sign number 3 is the one that honestly blew my mind when I first learned the science behind it. Sign 1, they interrupt your work, but only you. The first sign is something most people actually find annoying. Your cat interrupts you. You're working, focused, maybe even a little stressed. I've been there, staring at a deadline at 11 p.m. and out of nowhere, they walk in. You feel the weight of them hitting the desk, the clicking of random keys as they march across your laptop, and then they just sit right in the middle of everything. At first, it feels like bad timing, but if you pay attention, it's not random. Cats don't go out of their way to enter someone's space like that. They don't interrupt unless they feel safe, because for them, putting themselves right in your line of sight means letting their guard down. And out of everyone they could sit with, they choose you. Not because you're busy, but because to them, you're a place where they don't have to be careful. Sign 2, they hang around you for no reason. This one is very cat behavior. Your cat walks into the room, looks around like they have somewhere important to be, and then just sits near you. Not on you, not asking for food, just close enough to exist in your space. I've had moments where I'm just sitting on the couch and I'll feel that soft thump of them landing on the floor a few feet away. They aren't looking for pets. They're just sitting there, staring into nothing like they're solving the mysteries of the universe. And you're like, what do you want? But they don't want anything. And that's the whole point. Cats don't hang around people for no reason. If they're hungry, they'll let you know, loudly. If they're uncomfortable, they'll leave immediately. So, when a cat chooses to just be near you, no agenda, no drama, that's not random. You're not entertainment to them at that moment. You're not the food source. You're just a place that feels calm. For a creature that is always calculating its next move, choosing to do nothing next to you is a massive silent compliment. It's a sign that your presence alone is enough to make them feel secure. And for a cat, that kind of quiet trust is a big deal. Sign 3, they turn their back to you. There's this thing cats do that honestly feels a little rude. You walk into the room and they look at you for like 2 seconds and then just turn around. Like, okay, ignore me then. And the weird part is, they don't leave. They stay right there, just sitting, facing away from you, doing absolutely nothing. Most people don't think twice about it. It just feels like a typical cat attitude. But if you look at the science, it's actually the complete opposite. See, cats are unique because they are both predators and prey animals. In the wild, their survival depends on never letting their guard down, especially their back. Turning their back to another creature is a massive risk. It means they've decided that creature is 100% not a threat. That deep-rooted survival instinct doesn't just disappear because they live in a house with you. So when a cat sits with their back to you, they aren't ignoring you. They are making a profound evolutionary statement. I don't need to watch you. I am safe here. For a cat, that is the ultimate high-level trust. Okay, we're halfway through, and honestly, sign number 5 is the one I wish someone had told me sooner. So stay with me. Sign 4, they suddenly flop near you. Have you ever noticed this? Your cat walks into the room like they have something important to do. They look around, check everything, glance at you, and then out of nowhere, they just flop on the floor. No warning, no build-up, just full body collapse. I remember the first time I saw this happen with my cat. I actually jumped up to make sure they were okay. I was like, are you good? Did your legs just give out? But then they don't move. They stay there, belly exposed, completely relaxed, not watching anything. It's slightly ridiculous to look at, but that random little flop is a huge moment of trust. See, In the wild, a cat is a coiled spring. They are always ready to bolt or fight. By doing a full body flop right in your path, they are showing you that their survival mode is completely turned off. They aren't just lazy, they're safe. They've decided that in this room with you, they don't need to be a hunter. They can just be a puddle of fur. Now, sign 5 is the one I wish someone had told me sooner, because for a long time, I completely misunderstood it. Have you ever had your cat just tap you? Not a scratch, not a playful swat, just a soft, silent little paw resting on your arm or your cheek while you're sitting there. It's so light, you almost don't feel it at first, like they're just checking to see if you're actually real. When it happens, there's this weird, beautiful pause in the room, like even the cat knows it was a moment. They don't follow it up with anything. No meow for food, no demand for treats. Just that one gentle tap, a second of eye contact, and then they go right back to whatever they were doing. I used to think my cat was just being random, but then I realized cats are incredibly protective of their paws. They are their primary tools for survival. So when they reach out and choose to keep those claws tucked away, it is a massive intentional choice. They aren't asking for anything from you. They're just confirming the connection. It's their way of saying, I know you're here and I'm glad you're mine. If your cat does this, don't just brush it off. That's their version of a quiet, I love you. Sign 6. They act weirdly comfortable at the worst possible times. There's a very specific kind of chaos cats create, and it always seems to happen at the worst possible time. You have people over. Maybe it's someone new. Maybe it's a situation that feels a little tense or unfamiliar. And instead of hiding like most cats would, yours just walks right in. They stretch out, start grooming, or casually settle down like nothing unusual is happening. Direct eye contact. No thoughts behind those eyes, just pure presence. I've been there, muted, unmuted, frantically trying to move them off my keyboard while someone is asking me a serious question. And they don't move. They just sit there and start grooming themselves right in front of the camera. No shame, no concern for your reputation. It's slightly embarrassing, but that level of comfort is actually a massive compliment. Cats don't expose themselves like that or get that distracted unless they feel completely safe. Safe enough to drop all awareness. Safe enough to be fully off guard. Out of all the places in the house, they choose to be their most unfiltered self right next to you. They aren't trying to be difficult. They just don't think they have anything to worry about when you're around. Sign 7. They stay calm when you're at your worst, and that leads into the deepest level of trust there is. Because while they notice your professional life, they notice your internal life even more. There's something people don't really talk about. Cats notice your energy more than you think. On normal days, they do their own thing. In and out, independent, a little distant. But on certain days when you're tired, stressed, or not really yourself, they act differently. They don't fix anything, and they don't suddenly become overly affectionate. They just stay. Maybe they sit a little closer than usual. Maybe they don't leave the room when you move. They just quietly exist near you and don't make a big deal out of it. But they also don't walk away, and that matters. Cats don't stay where they feel unsettled. They don't sit in uncomfortable energy. So if your cat chooses to stay near you, even when you're not at your best, it means your presence still feels safe to them. Not perfect, not exciting, just safe. And for a creature that lives by its instincts, that kind of quiet consistency is trust at its deepest level. Now, I really want you to think about this for a second. Not all 7, just 1. What's one small thing your cat does that you used to ignore, but now feels different? Because those little moments, that's where the trust actually lives. Drop it in the comments. I'm reading every single one, and I promise, some of them are going to hit harder than you expect.